Hello, and welcome back to the basement for my talk for today. It's good to have you with me. Uh, as I look up outside, it's raining here in Fredericton, but there is promise of better things tomorrow. Today, we've been asked to thank nurses in our province for their services during this current crisis. I'm taking this opportunity to give a general thank you to them. But if you know a nurse, perhaps you might think about giving them a call or sending them an email to express your gratitude. There are many others, both in the medical professions and beyond, who deserve our thanks for their service at this time. This morning, I was involved in two conversations about what happens to us as a church after COVID-19. There will be many ways in which we settle back into things with which we are familiar. And that is, in many ways, no bad thing. But we also have learned new ways of doing and new ways of being, which have put us in touch with older ideas in a new guise. As many of you know, one of my great emphases in ministry is the idea of the cure of souls. This has ancient roots and basically involves our recognizing that we have a pastoral responsibility to people who do not regularly, if ever, worship with us. I've had many reports from across the diocese of people who have little or no connection with the church, as far as we know, joining our online presentations. Reading in the Church Times in England last week, it seems that this is a widespread phenomenon. We might ask all kinds of questions about why this is, and I'm sure there are probably as many answers as there are people. But one of the questions is, what do we do when we go back to normal? In his Letters and Papers from Prison, the German pastor Dietrich Bonhoeffer posed several important questions about the future. One of them was about something he called religionless Christianity. Sadly, he was executed in the final days of the Second World War, so did not have the opportunity to expand on his thoughts. Many have subsequently tried to develop them with varying degrees of success. Knowing a little about Bonhoeffer may help in our exploration of his questions. He was one of the leaders of the Confessing Church in the 1930s and early 1940s. After Hitler came to power in Germany, the National Lutheran Church fell more and more under the sway of the Nazi Party in a process known as Nazification. Bonhoeffer and several others separated themselves from the church and even established their own seminary. Many of Bonhoeffer's fellow pastors hoped that when Hitler was defeated, things would go back to normal. At an early stage, Bonhoeffer began to see that this would not be possible, because the church had become so compromised that it needed to find different ways of presenting the gospel. We're certainly not in the same place as the German Lutheran Church in 1945, but we've been aware for some time that for many, Christianity has slipped from their lives. Has this recent time given us an opportunity to reassess holding on to the good and stepping forward into the new? Thank you again for being here. A reminder that this evening we will have a litany at 6 o'clock. I trust that you are doing well. So God bless and stay safe.